Welcome to today's webinar with Kommunicate. My name is Manav, and I'm the Product Marketing Manager here. I want to begin by thanking you all for joining us today. We know how valuable your time is, and we really appreciate your decision to spend the next 30 minutes with us. This webinar is very special to us because this is the first webinar series we are doing, and we will continue to do this moving forward. Our goal is to provide you with valuable information that you can apply to your business, along with updates on new features that we are continuously developing at Kommunicate. The theme for today's webinar is omnichannel messaging. So what we have seen is over the past decade, there's a rise of messaging apps and their use cases. WhatsApp, for example, is on everyone's phone, and brands want to utilize this opportunity to reach out their customers for transactional as well as promotional messages. Also, we often get these questions from our customers on integrating chatbot with different messaging services. So what better topic than omnichannel messaging to start this webinar series? The webinar is for 25 minutes with the last 5 minutes for Q&A. Please share your questions on the chat option of the screen. We will answer your questions after the presentation is over. Also, please do share your suggestions on what you would like to hear in the next webinar. The speaker for today's webinar is Devashish Mamgen. He is the CEO and co-founder of Kommunicate. Devashish comes with an experience of more than a decade in conversational AI. So before starting Kommunicate, he was the CEO and co-founder of AppLogic, an API-based chatbot company. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce you all to Devashish, who will share his thoughts on the omnichannel messaging. Devashish, welcome to the session, and please take over.
Yeah, hi Manav. Thank you Manav for the quick intro. And hello everyone. I hope everyone is having a great day. So in the today's webinar, we will cover the topic of omnichannel and how you can leverage AI chatbot for the omnichannel experience. So we'll start with the session. So let me first start with what is a channel. So a channel is a medium through which your customers are interacting with you, and gone are the days when the channels were only limited to email or your website. Today the channels are, there are so many channels. The channels are in the social messaging apps like WhatsApp, Facebook is there, then there's Instagram, then Twitter, and all other channels are there. So today there are so many channels, and because the conversations are happening across different channels, so your customer conversations are right now scattered. Like some conversations are happening on WhatsApp, some are happening on Instagram, some are happening on email, and other places. So like as of today, like if you talk about average internet user, they are spending more than 2.5 hours per day on some of these channels. Like for example, you can see people are spending 36 minutes on an average per day on WhatsApp, and same is the case with Instagram and other channels. And that's a big problem for a company to consolidate all these conversations which are happening across different channels. Now if we talk about some of these channels, like some of these channels have grown tremendously. Like for example, you can see WhatsApp has grown from 10 million active users in 2010 to 2.2 billion active users. And in different geographies, there are different channels which are famous. For example, in China, WeChat is famous, and some places WhatsApp is famous, some places Telegram is famous. And these are the different channels which are used by different user set, different geographies. Now coming to what is omni-channel. Now because your channels, there are so many channels and your conversations are scattered. How do you bring a omni-channel experience where no matter where the conversation happens, you have everything at a single place? And that is what omni-channel experience is, where you can bring Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, your emails, your Facebook page, and Twitter and other channels at one single place, where you can have customers can have conversations with your brand, with your company anywhere, and the customers are having a omni channel experience where they can continue the conversation from one platform to another, and your brand, your company has a context of what conversations has happened where, and you can identify that, hey, this is the same user which has come from WhatsApp, this is the same user which is interacting with you over maybe mobile app or on your website. Now, coming to, what it is required to have a superior customer experience with, omnichannel. Today, every company, talks about having a great, customer experience. And now the bar to increase the, customer experience has, risen, a lot. And now if you want to bring a superior customer experience to your customers, you need to have a omni-channel experience. And to have that, you need first is, you need a seamless integration with all of these social channels. You need to have a tool that can provide you a seamless integration across, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, your website, your mobile apps, and everywhere, where you don't have to spend so much time in integrating with all these channels. Then comes the personalization. So in case of personalization, there are some channels where you get a lot more information. For example, WhatsApp, when a customer is interacting with you on WhatsApp, you know the phone number of the user, right? Because the user is interacting with you on WhatsApp. If a user interacts with you on email, you know the email of the person. And that's how you can connect all these dots, and you can identify who that user is, what are their preferences. And for example, you can have data gathered from one channel, let's say, email, from email campaign, and then based on certain, activities of the users, you can, send something to the user on, let's say, WhatsApp, like for example, recommending a products based on their, interest. And then there comes a proactive support. Like today, support is not only about when a customer is reaching out to you and then you are helping them. Today, the support is more of a proactive level, where you are actively reaching out to your customers and helping them in every step of their journey. For example, if we talk about e-commerce, if a customer has, purchased a product, proactively you can reach out to the customer on WhatsApp and ask them for a feedback that, hey, your order is dispatched, your order is, delivered, how was the experience. You can get the feedback, there, and you can ask for a proactive help, over these, channels. And then communication is one of the key factor. You need to be available in all of these channels, and you need to have that communication channel open up for your customers across different channels. For businesses where it's a business where the user is not coming to your app on daily basis, and the users is, let's say, coming to your app on, let's say, weekly or monthly basis, you can collect, you can send a message to them on WhatsApp and other channels to collect the feedback. And then comes the real-time engagement. Now, in today's world, no one wants to wait. Like, we are living in a world of instant gratification. Today, we are ordering food on mobile and we want everything to happen instantly. And that's where, your customers are also wanting that real-time engagement with your company, with your brand. Now, how do you, provide a real-time engagement across so many channels? And that becomes very critical for you to, improve the customer experience. Now, that's where the role of chatbots come into picture, where, you are providing support to your customers across so many channels, and then you need to be available 24/7. How do you be present, across all these channels and be available to your customers all the time? Now, there's like so many conversations will come to you, so many scattered conversations are coming to you. So that is where the role of chatbots comes into picture, where you can, create a AI chatbot that can automate a lot of your stuff. We have seen, many, customers who are able to automate 80 to 90% of their conversations. You can bring a AI chatbot in between, and you can deploy that chatbot to all your different channels like WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, your mobile apps, and other places. And that's how you can reduce the workload for your team, and you can handle more and more customers with less, set of resources, right? So that's where you can utilize, chatbots to reduce your workload and be available 24/7 to all of your, customers. Now, coming to, like utilizing it. So, we have seen, customers like, TextBuddy, Tel1, Circle Health, and, many other customers who are collecting some information from mobile app, and then, reaching out to the customers on WhatsApp for, let's say, OTP verification or post shopping experience, and, other stuff. And you can, utilize the same for, different channels. Now, like, how do you decide which channels to choose for your business? There are so many channels available. Like there are, like 30, 40, messaging apps itself in the market. Now, how do you choose what channels are good for your, business? Now, if you look at e-commerce is one of the industry which has been very active in adopting the new technologies and new channels. Like, in e-commerce, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those, like majorly all the e-commerce companies are using all the possible channels to, increase their sales. And e-commerce companies, for example, order tracking, once the order is, delivered, the status can be sent over, WhatsApp. Now, if we look at the healthcare industry is a little behind right now as compared to, let's say, e-commerce and banking. Right now, the healthcare experience, the patient experience is broken with, limited set of channels. And in healthcare, you can, some of these channels are very, useful in case of healthcare. For example, phone call is a useful channel for healthcare in case of emergency. And then for a personalized, personal care, you can, connect WhatsApp to your, service, where you can reach out to your customers, your patients over WhatsApp for medicine reminders, for insurance, or for, other feedbacks. And same is the case with, education, where universities can automate a lot of student inquiries, which are, happening, and students are many times, present on Facebook, WhatsApp. So that's a preferred medium for them. And same is the case with banking and fintech companies, like where you can inquire about your bank balance, your, credit card, or your, latest bill, all of these, through emails or through, WhatsApp, or through the, website. So depending on your business, use cases, you need to decide which channels are better, suited for you. Yeah, now, coming to, some of these channels. So for example, if we talk about, one of a good channel is a messaging apps like WhatsApp, Telegram, and others. And then there are, traditional channels like email and phone. Like phone has been a traditional channel for a long time. And if you guys have experienced a phone call by calling to some company support, I'm sure, some of you would have experienced a waiting queue where you are waiting for your phone call to get, like handed over to a call center agent. So in case of phone calls, the waiting queue is large, and there's a high cost involved in phone, along with the hardware setup cost, cloud telephony services, and moreover, you need support agents who can, handle the phone calls 24/7. Now, if you compare it with the messaging apps, and that is a trend we are seeing, where the messaging apps like WhatsApp are becoming a preferred mode of communication, where uh, it's not as costly as a phone call, and you can easily deploy a, AI chatbot that can give you 80 to 90% accuracy, and you can, reduce all those queries. You can be available to your, customers 24/7, and it's a synchronous channel which is happening, real time. So these are some of the other channels like email, and, of course, your website, where you can deploy, chatbots or a live chat agent there. Yeah, this is one of the use case from our, customer TaxBuddy. So TaxBuddy has been, utilizing the omni-channel experience in a very great manner, where they have phone call, WhatsApp, website, mobile app, Facebook page, and they are gathering the customer conversations from all the platforms using Kommunicate, and they are able to see all the conversations that are happening across different platforms at one single place. And they are able to handle 47,000 plus interactions per month. They have seen a 13x productivity increase, and they're able to save more than 2,000 hours of their team, every month. And one of the interesting thing that TaxBuddy has been able to do is to reduce your phone calls, and to route that, divert that traffic from phone calls to a WhatsApp and the mobile app, chatbot system. Yeah, these are, some of the integrations that we have. So in Communicate, we have, 40 plus integrations in today's world, where there are so many, services. Companies are using different platforms, different CRM systems, different messaging apps, and all. So it becomes really important for us to be present at all these places for our customers. And that's why we have we already have 40 plus integrations, including Facebook, WhatsApp, Zapier, Zendesk, Line, and there are a couple more launches that we are going to do this month. Sunshine conversations, if we have already released it, and Chat GPT and Instagram is what we are launching on 9th of Feb. Yeah, that's all from my side, and happy to answer any questions.
Thank you so much, Devashish. We have received few questions from our attendees. One question is from Maximus, where Maximus is asking, how much time does it take to integrate a messaging platform with Kommunicate?
Yeah, so it takes usually 10 to 15 minutes is the integration time. For example, nowadays, like WhatsApp has also simplified their integration onboarding process. Earlier it was a couple of weeks process. So it takes 10 to 15 minutes to integrate all of these social messaging apps. What Communicate needs is that, for example, if you talk about WhatsApp, you need to have a WhatsApp business manager account, and a WhatsApp number should be available to you, which is not installed on any phone device. And you only need these information. And once you go to the Communicates WhatsApp integration section, you can select your WhatsApp number. You can enter your WhatsApp number, and then there's an onboarding process where it will connect with your Facebook business manager account, and your number will get connected in 10 to 15 minutes.
So Maximus says, thank you for answering his question. He also has a follow-up question where he's asking, do you support multiple languages?
Yes, we do support more than 44 plus languages.
Okay, I can see one more question coming in from Sandy. So Sandy is asking, can I integrate my custom bot with Kommunicate?
Yes, we so as compared to other platforms, we are very open at integrating different chatbot providers. We understand that we don't want to restrict our customers to just say use our NLP, because there are different use cases, and different chatbot providers are better at some use cases. So that's the reason we allow our customers to even integrate with ChatGPT, Dialogflow, as well as their own customer bot. We in fact have many customers like SDFC Life, where they have written some part of the chatbot engine at their end, and they are able to connect their own custom bot there.
Thank you so much. So Maximus again has one another question, which is, can Kommunicate chatbot be customized to match a company's brand identity? Can it be customized, the widget and anything?
Yes, we do have a way where you can customize the brand colors, themes, and you can do it from the Communicate settings section itself, where you will get a color picker and you can choose the different colors. Is there anything specific that Sandy you're looking for, or is that what you require?
I think Sandy has one more follow-up question. Can I send WhatsApp message as a template to multiple users?
Yes, that's part of the campaign messaging. So right now we have API available, through the API you can, for example, if you have anything, let's say OTP verification, and you have a system where the user is registering to your product, your website or mobile app, and let's say you want to trigger OTP to them. So we have an API available through which you can trigger the OTP to that WhatsApp API. And other part is, there are two kinds of requirements which usually comes in this. One is event based or trigger based, and another is the campaign based, where let's say you want to send a bulk message to 10,000 of your users. So that is something which we are right now developing interface for it. Although we do have the APIs available, but we are developing an interface where you will be able to select all those users and send a campaign message to bulk messaging to all those users in a single click, and that is due for launch in March.
Great. Thank you so much, Devashish. We have received one question from Amin Rajwani. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So Amin is asking further to Maximus' question, do you offer automatic language translation without recreating the intents in different languages? So I am using Dialogflow CX. So Amin is using Dialogflow CX,
Okay.
and he's asking if we can translate it.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I mean, right now we don't have, automated translated, thing where you have a bot in one language and automated translation to another language. So right now that we don't have. And usually, what we would recommend is, many times these translations might not be perfect. And because the customer conversations are happening, which is very crucial. So what we would ideally recommend is maybe use a translation service, automate some of these translations, but review it manually so that these translations are correct. Because different things are spoken, written in different ways in different languages. To answer your question, we don't have a automated translation. We have multilingual support, but it is where you will have to you know give the training phrases, intents, and answers for each of these languages separately. Does that answer your question, I mean?
I mean, if you can unmute yourself, you can get in direct conversation with Devashish. Also, I mean, it's also asking, have you got integrations to Cerner and Meditech systems used by some healthcare providers?
Yeah, we don't have a direct integration with that. We are doing an integration with Epic, and some of these, APIs are going to be standardized, solutions. So we can do a, custom integration with them. Right now, we don't have a plug and play integration with some of these solutions. But
Okay,
if APIs are available, we can very easily connect with those APIs, because we have a system in Compose inline editor where you know even the customers can write a JavaScript code and connect with any API. And we also help our customers in you know writing some of these code functions so that they can connect with the APIs there.
cool. Amin says thanks for answering his question.
Welcome.
Uh, we have received one question from RA. It's a short form. I'm not sure what's the full name. So RA is asking, do you support Albanian? And he or she is asking, can you please explain your pricing model?
Yeah, we do, support Albanian, and so our pricing model is, based on the number of active conversations that are happening with a bot. Your active users, monthly active users, and on the basis of number of support agents, if you have any. So it's a combination of these. The pricing, starts with $40 and it goes to few $1,000s per month. It all depends on the volume at which you are scaling. So for a starting point, for up to 1,000 monthly active users, the price is like starts with $40. For a million conversation, the price is in a few $1,000s.
Okay, I guess this would be our last question. This is coming from Rahul Kumar. Rahul is asking, what type of interactive bot can we create using Kommunicate? Uh, like carousel, embedded links, picture, or custom messages?
Okay, so Rahul, we do support all the type of rich messages, starting with your rich message buttons, which is called as suggested replies. Then we have a list, which is supported in WhatsApp as well as on your mobile apps. List view is where you get a list of items, and then the user can select one of those. And then we also have a support for card. It's as a single card as a card carousel, which is very useful for cases, let's say e-commerce and others, where you are suggesting customers, let's say, a set of products to choose from. So card carousel is also supported in that. We also support forms. Forms is where, let's say, you want customer to fill certain set of criteria and you want them to fill a form. We also have a support for that. Other than that, we also have a support of auto suggestions. Auto suggestions is useful for cases, let's say you have a list of cities. Now the list of cities is huge. You cannot put it as a normal list where the user can just click on it, because the screen size is not that big. So in auto suggestion, as and when the user start typing a name, For example, if the user starts typing Bangalore, as soon as user types BA, they will get a auto suggestion to auto select Bangalore. So all of these rich messages we have the support. We have majorly all type of rich message support is there.
This is we are still getting questions. So Rahul says thank you for answering his question. Also, Maximus is asking, um, can we do the omni-channel integration without any technical expertise?
Yes, sure. So nowadays, see, there are so many, no code, low code, like platforms are coming. Like gone are the days where you have to code everything. Even with Communicate, and there are, so many other players as well in the market where you can, without any technical expertise, you can just, let's say, go to Communicate, do a sign up, go to the integration section, and you can select the integration that you want to do. We have 40 plus integrations available. And once you select any integrations, you will see a step-by-step guide on what things to fill and how to fill them. You will also see a YouTube video along with the instructions, showing you of every step on how those things needs to be filled. And if you get into any challenge, you have a support chat option right there in the Communicate dashboard to reach out to us, and we will be happy to help. But overall, even without technical expertise, you can build it. And like many of our customers, like who are handling businesses like product managers and others, they are able to integrate all of these channels by themselves.
Thank you so much. We have got one question from Yolande Samuels Cole. Yolande is asking, where would you find how to fill a form option via Communicate? Even I'm not sure about that question. Yolande, if you can unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Good morning, everyone. Before you said there's an option for us to use a chat bot to fill a form.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to do like a survey, I
Yeah.
would be able to use the form to do that. Where exactly would I find that?
Okay. So are you looking to send a form to multiple users together and then ask them to fill a survey, or is it like just in response to a particular question that the user has asked?
So on our learning management system, we have to do forms surveys at the beginning of the semester, the middle,
Okay.
and the end. And it's
Okay.
sometimes hard to get users to fill those surveys out. So I
Okay.
wanted to see if using the Kommunicate, we get a better response.
Okay, okay, got it. Yeah, so this will require like one is a set of APIs that I was talking about in the campaign messaging. So one is a API where if your system is able to, let's say, trigger the API call in the start of the semester to all of your students, you can call our APIs and we can share you the API documentation for the same, and you'll be able to send a form to all the students whenever the semester starts. Another is through an interface which we will be launching in March, where in the interface itself you will be able to create a form and then send the form to all of your students in a click of a button. So these are the two options, and we can share you the API documentation for it. Do share your I think we would already have your email probably, and we'll be happy to share you the API documentation and instructions on sending a form to the students.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I think we are getting a lot of questions. Amin is asking, does Communicate offer integration with IVR systems? For example, if I'm waiting to talk to someone using my phone, can I jump off and start interacting with the bot instead? I believe it is called IVR Deflect.
Yeah, so what we are seeing is we don't have a IVR direct system, but what you can do is from your IVR system, whenever the call is busy, from your IVR system, you can trigger a WhatsApp message through Communicate. So as soon as the phone line is busy, yeah, to the same number, you call the API given by Kommunicate, and that will trigger a message to the user on WhatsApp. It can be, hey, we saw that you tried to reach out to us. Let's, start our conversation here. And then you can, have a welcome message on the WhatsApp, that, template message on the WhatsApp that you can trigger to the user. And that's how the user will start the conversation, from your, WhatsApp, and they will continue from there. So all you will need is from your IVR system, API call to us. Either you can connect us with your IVR provider, and we can read their API documentation to get a webhook call back to our system, so that we can trigger the WhatsApp API call to them.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Barbara has shared her email address. Barbara, do you have any specific question for us? Or we would be happy to reach out to you on email following up.
Hi, good morning. I'm actually on with Mrs. Cole, who just spoke. She had an issue putting her email, so I just putting our emails in the chat.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I think those are all the questions we had today. I want to thank Devashish for taking out his time out and sharing his thoughts on omnichannel messaging. And special thanks to all of you who have joined us from different parts of the world for making it a success. We really appreciate your time given to us. And please look forward for more such webinars in the future. We will send you emails, so please do join us. And if you have any query, please feel to reach out to us on my email address, which I'll share. Also, you can reach out to on our website, and you can use our chatbot. We'd be happy to answer any of the questions. Again, thank you so much. Devashish, if you would like to close the ceremony.
Yeah, thank you everyone for the call. And this was our, first webinar, and we are really, happy and excited to see the response. And some of the questions were really good. And thanks a lot, for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone. We'll be ending the webinar now. Thank you so much
Okay.
for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.